Hey guys, it's Dave and I am back with another Hoya. This is not strictly a Hoya channel, but I'm on a roll here. Double dipping on episode 2 where I presented the Hoya mindorensis and a variety of 4 other Hoya. It wasn't then in bloom, it is now. It is one of the most resplendent blooms in the Hoya world, so I'm going to feature it again. I am sure a lot of people on this channel haven't seen that episode anyway, and I forgot an important piece of information. So stick around for that. We're going to make this one short and sharp. First things first, we need to take a good look at this. And I'll include some nice B-roll for you. But just look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Spin it around here for you. Absolutely fantastic. And this has that classic half ball construction. It just really fills out so very nicely. It comes in a few different colors. This is red, there's black, there's a kind of a cream colored one. I don't know if that's the official color. I've not seen that one in person. But anyway, there are a few to choose from. These aren't terribly expensive. They're also not real cheap. A starter plant will probably set you back 45, 50 bucks plus shipping. A little more if you want a more mature plant. This was a gift to me from a grower, and it was provided to me with this peduncle, and I didn't blast it. This one blasted in the tent, and I will get to that. So it's done well. I haven't had it more than, I would say, late last summer. It's not a terribly fast growing Hoya. Certainly not like the Sunshine that I just featured in that do-it-yourself trellis video. This is one of the plants that Mike Bernardo hybridized the Sunshine from. So it's this plant and one of his own hybridized plants produced the Sunshine 1594, MB 1594. How anyone thought that they could improve upon this flower, I don't know, and I wouldn't say it was successful, but it is its own very beautiful flower. This one does drip a bit, not terrible. The Sunshine is a mess. So if you have this anywhere near nice furniture, you're probably going to be okay. The Sunshine requires a little bit of prudence to be sure. If you've been on any of my other videos, you'll already know that I don't appreciate blanket Hoya statements, and this is one of them. This is a plant that I never let dry out, and I don't even let it approach drying out. And as you can see, as a result of that, there is a little bit of algae on this terracotta. So right now it's living in a very humid grow tent. It was there over the winter under very bright light, and I keep it moist. So the let your Hoya dry out, let the leaves wrinkle and all that nonsense, you'll kill this plant, or at least you'll damage all the roots and ruin it. It's a tricky one because obviously, or maybe not obviously since I'm going on about it, you don't want to keep it soaked, but as I said, never let it dry out. Depending on who you are and what your style of care is, this will either be an easy plant like it is for me, or it'll be a very difficult plant like it is for Doug Chamberlain of Vermont Hoyas. He described one of his as having been through a 3-year spiral. So evenly moist, and that's what I do for this plant. The tip I forgot to include in the other one was that this plant will not appreciate high heat. And did this bud blast because it's its first time? Maybe. It's not uncommon for a new peduncle to blast its first buds. So if that happens to you, if you're newer to Hoyas, don't be discouraged. It doesn't mean that you've done anything wrong. It's not uncommon at all. So it's disappointing, but somewhat expected, I would say. It also could have blasted because the tent got over 90 degrees, something like almost 92 degrees. This plant does not want to be that warm. So my bad, I didn't have it vented and it got over 80 degrees in Iowa, and the sun was coming through the window that this tent, the room this tent is in, and that's what happened. I opened up the tent the next day and it had blasted. This one was far enough along that it's pretty rare when they're almost ready to open up that they will blast in any way. So you get to a certain point and you can be pretty sure that you're gonna get a nice flower. If you don't have this in your collection and you're a newer grower, you may struggle to find the water balance on this one. If you have a few Hoya and you're ready for one that's a little more finicky, grab this. And if you're an experienced Hoya grower and you don't have this in your collection, why don't you have this in your collection? This is one of the all-time greats. It belongs in every collection. Anyway, this is the Hoya mindorensis. Take care of yourselves, and I'm going to see you real soon in the next one. Bye-bye.